All right. Perception and consciousness. Are we in the fourth dimension or the third dimension, or are we part of all dimensions at the same time? This is the question at this time period. Now, in my perspective, there is no difference. It's about what you are actually able to perceive, conceive, accept, and believe the truth of who you really are, and that is one with Source. Now, why do I say perception and consciousness? Well, if you're living your life day to day without the concept or understanding that you're connected to everything else on this planet and everyone else on this planet, you are living in a third dimensional reality that does not include that perception. Number one. Number two, it does not include that idea of energy connection. And so basically you cut yourself off from those concepts, perceptions, and consciousness. You do not feel the energies at all, even though you're living within the same reality as the next person who does believe they are of the fourth dimension or any other dimension. And so you can have the third dimensional being who reality says none of this other stuff, none of the other dimensions exist. You could be in the same room with that person while you believe you are part of the fourth dimension and every other dimension and have the capability of connecting to those other dimensions. It's all just energy. It's all consciousness and ideas and belief. Now, if I were to tell you I could feel my energetic aura, my Merkaba, and it spins around me, while you can say, I feel nothing. And we're in the same room. I'm actually experiencing a fourth dimensional reality while you are not. Does that help?
It does help because I am in the fourth and I'm not experiencing. So you describe perfectly that you are and you are experiencing the energies, and I am and I'm not experiencing the energies. The way you just said it, I experience different things, but not what you just said. I did felt in the last year dizziness and energy shifts, and I was thinking that is a weather.
That is you connecting to the vibrations of those shifts. That is fourth dimensional energy.
Right, and I find out 2 weeks ago that I am actually from several beings in different conversation that actually I already entered that. So the question is here, because I always have questions, that's who I am. Because you are, so you're already there, and I probably just started. Being in 4 density, why can I not see more?
Because your concepts and beliefs does not allow it at this time. That is not to say in the next week or the next month or the next year, you will not be able to perceive those things.
Mm-hmm.
Right now, at this moment, you have a concept, a reality that it is possible to be able to see, feel, and vibrate with those energies. There's a concept right now. There is a sort of belief that you can, but you say, I'm not feeling it yet. Well, guess what? When you say you're not feeling it yet, you have your body is listening to you at this time. Your body is saying, well, she says she's not feeling it yet. She's not seeing it yet. And therefore, that's the reality.
Yet.
And until you can let that perception, that concept go and say, well, I have the consciousness that this is a possibility. I am allowing for that possibility to show itself to me, and leave it at that. Nothing else. Just allow that to be what it is. And it will begin to show you slowly but surely. Some people get it automatically, like, wow. They get the whole thing knocked into them real fast, and then they become afraid. Well, you're doing it in a way, in a path that allows for you to become comfortable with the transition of connecting to that energy, connecting to that perception, that awareness and belief.
Yes, I think for any future people who can listen to this, it is advice for myself that really be patient with yourself.
Yes.
Because we coming from fifth dimension and higher, whatever. So we are eager to go to that place who we are. But actually, it is good to let it go slowly and just not to. And so all of us humans, we are not the best master in patience. But it is, I would recommend also for myself going that process. Just let your time, and that's what I am doing, exactly what you just said. I am just will continue in. So here is another question. Being in the fourth dimension as you are, or higher, whatever, if somebody already access fourth dimension, can that person go back, lose their consciousness, or degrade himself back to the third one?
Okay, I'd like to repeat what Cryon has says. There is no delete button in your consciousness. So once you become aware of something, you cannot become unaware of it. So no matter how much you decide you want to go backwards and just say this doesn't exist, right? No matter how much you decide you want to go back, you cannot forget. There's no delete key that says you get to forget about the information you have accepted or heard. You can choose not to follow it and allow it, but that would be resistance on your part. And at some point, that resistance is going to become very harmful to you. And then you will want to push yourself forward into that knowledge and understanding because you no longer wish for the resistance against the information you have heard.
And that is a wonderful reality for all humans who are insecure about going forward and maybe not be strong enough to stay. So
Yes.
that's wonderful encouragement for those who are a little bit shaky walking that path. That's wonderful. That's how it's supposed to actually be, and that's wonderful.
And that's how they will grow as well.
Right.
Because the resistance will become too painful. You will want to push yourself forward into the knowledge and understanding
Yes.
of that concept, because you can no longer resist it. It calls to you. That energy calls to you. It says, I am here. You know that I am here. You've heard it. Your body has heard it. Your mind has heard it. Your consciousness perceived it in that instant that you heard it.
Yeah. For myself, I understand. I ask questions always deeper to know more, but I understand.
Mm-hmm.
I understood before I asked that questions, but
Mm-hmm.
I like always to talk about things, especially when it's recorded for the benefit of others.
Of course.
Yeah,
That's
so
beautiful.
exactly. And that's like you said, let's record for the benefit, and the concept of consciousness. And let's go back to that, how you explain a cryon and all wonderful souls.
Yes.
Once we progress to the higher dimension and you say that's consciousness, and everybody knows that's what I grew up in Bhakti Yoga, it's all about consciousness.
Yes.
So once we have that consciousness, it's logically should be that cannot go back what you own it. Once you own it, how you can lose it? So that's how I would see it.
Mm-hmm.
Because even if you wanted to give it back, it is already part of your existence.
Exactly.
And how you can cut yourself from yourself, what you understood, that self. So that's why it's not no way that you can cut yourself from you and say, I want to go back.
Exactly.
Because then you can, because that reality you already passed, you already cross, and that's what is a higher consciousness. But that's wonderful.
Yes.
Yeah. So
It's
that's
beautiful.
uh-huh.
This is how we grow. This is how we
Yes.
evolve.
And the most exciting thing about this, we already come from higher dimensions, and we degrade ourselves to the third dimension to experience the growth over and over and over and over again.
Yes, but now we're tired of it. We're
I
deciding
am.
to move
I
forward.
am tired. I am tired. I told my dragon, after my mission is complete, it's going to be party. Guru then is invited. Now I know you are invited, because I am going to celebrate once Gaia is go to fifth, humans goes to fifth majority. I am going to take a holiday.
That's right.
I am going.
I love
So
that.
yeah, so I already have a plan for long term, but do you know the thing is that it's no future. Like then also many times explain, and we always remind each other in conversation, it is now.
It
I
is
already plan now for the future from now, so I already know what's going to happen in regard of my holiday. And this is what you said, we are tired.
Yeah.
It is time. It is, I feel also, I am just so many incarnation, so many chances to help and do it. And it's just, let's do something else. Let's go for other adventure.
Yeah.
Once this is over, one Gaia moves to fifth, then this will be another adventure, because this is getting old.
Yes.
Do you
Well,
feel
that's
that
why we're
way
here,
too?
to
Do you?
help humanity to move forward,
Yes.
because staying in the same rat race for thousands of just eons,
Yes.
it's old.
Yes. Yes.
So we
Well, that's
want
the thing about it. Even if you win the rat race, you're still a rat.
you're still a rat. The entire time you're a rat.
It's kind of like, stop being a rat. Just quit being a rat. Go be something else. Gosh, anything would be more exciting. God, be a lemur or something. anything. Anyway, that was
Yeah.
my 2 cents.
So it's lovely that humanity has made the decision to evolve, and you can see it all over the world that consciousness is changing, and it's about consciousness and being able to connect to the energies of things now instead of just words. So
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I love it. I love being alive at this time period.
Yes, because this is really about loving yourself, and that this at this point in time, this kind of spirituality, what we're experiencing because of channeling, because of all kinds of stuff, we really can start live the real loving yourself aspect,
Exactly.
because we don't need to guess anymore, because we have somebody to conform, and then we can kind of walk on our own. For myself, channeling was very important to conform to what I knew, to give me confirmation what I cannot see. And then I don't need it. I don't need to be addicted to anything, but I need a confirmation because I don't want to be walking blindly. The main thing is I don't want to walk blind.
Ooh, that's a whole topic by itself, because when you're living in the now, you are relying much more than before on the synchronicity of things. And so we may choose our experiences, but we don't know how they're going to come, when before things were kind of set in motion. You're going to go to school, you're going to have this job, that's what's open right now, that's what you're going to work. You work there for years and then you die. Well, it no longer works that way. Now we get to make choices daily about our lives. We get to say, I want to experience this spirit. So I don't know how I'm going to get to that point, but please allow it. And that takes guts. It takes strength to say, I do not know how I'm going to get to the experience that I desire, but I'm going to allow myself to relax enough for the synchronicities to occur so that I may enjoy the experience that I desire in the best possible way.
Yes, that is now we're coming back to the teaching of Buddha, going with the flow.
Going with the
And
flow. That is
that is the high level of life. And say that is difficult, but that is the way. That's the only way. So you can allow it, the synchronicity that is going with the flow.
Yes.
Not to detach from the 3D concept and let it happen.
Exactly.
So
Instead of knowing the who, what, when, where, why, and how of everything.
Yes, because then it's a natural trust there.
Exactly.
Once you connect more, once we connect more, we are having natural trust through that connections.
Yeah.
And once we have natural trust and connection, we can allow it, let it go, and we can actually truly walk our path. And that's what and that is the path of self-realization.
You have it right there.
Amen. Hallelujah.
Amen. Hallelujah.
Nobody needs to go on the cross, Anunnaki.
Oh, geez, don't bring them into it.
Nah.
We're living our own lives. We're humans. Humans.
I'm just joking with them.
Yes, I know.
They are watching. So
That's all right.
I am watching you too.
Oh, that's all right. I know you're watching because I'm one. There you go. I was
Exactly.
one. There you go. I'm a human now. There you go.
Exactly.
Boom.
Yeah.
It does not matter anymore. It's just live where you are right now. Be who you are right now.
That's the power. That's the power. What doesn't matter who is watching you. Once you walk your path, it does. If anybody walks their own path, do they walk around who is watching? No,
They just-
nobody does. They just walk, and that's the idea.
There you go.
I am going.
Maya, did you want to add something?
Bubble and good.
Nope, I'm good. Y'all
Conversation.
keep knocking yourselves out.
Okay, I love that. I think that's a recording by itself. That's good. That's perfect.
Now let's go to channel some refrigerator.
Do you want me to? Do you want me to end the recording there and let that be a well-rounded little thing?
That was well-rounded.
All right, stopping the recording here.